Kareem. Thank you, Kareem. As a candidate, President Biden didn't say there will not be another foot of wall constructed that except what was appropriated in 2019. He said there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration. So something changed. What?
You want us to break the law. Is that what you want? You want us to not comply with the law?
I'm not.
But you want us to not comply with the law. You want us to not be in administrations that follow the rule of law.
You guys do this all the time. The student loans, the student loan forgiveness program. You went to court to fight for that. If this is such a problem, building 20 miles of wall, why not just go to court?
We went to Congress. The Congress appropriates the funding.
Why not fight them more?
Congress appropriates the funding. We asked them to not use that funding for that particular purpose. They denied it, and now we're complying with the law.
If you have to build a border wall, but you don't think that it's going to work, then once it's done, are you just going to tear it down?
I'm not getting into hypotheticals from here. I'm just telling you what I can tell you from here. The facts are that DHS is complying with the law. This is from fiscal year, this was under fiscal year 2019 under Republican leadership, and DHS is required to do this. The president asked multiple times of Congress to reappropriate. They did not, and we're not complying by the law.
It's ridiculous bullshit.
Rita, just want to follow up very quickly. You said that it's not new, but to be clear that this was posted on the Federal Register overnight on October 4th. So just to be clear about this, the president earlier today said that he was asked, does the border wall work? He said no, but in this statement that was posted within the last 24 hours, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary says there is presently an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers and roads in the vicinity of the border of the United States in order to prevent unlawful entries into the United States. So who's right? The statement from the DHS Secretary overnight or the President's comments today saying they don't work?
So a couple of
That's a bingo.
things. Yes, it showed up on the register today.
Wow. Somebody else from the mainstream media is asking a question besides our good old friend Peter Ducey? Really? Is that what's happening? Unbelievable shot fired at Jean-Pierre. Okay. LGBTQ plus IA appointee to the Biden administration, press secretary. Folks, welcome back one and all to the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nasir. What's on tap for today? Well, that's just a small smattering of what's up. You're going to see more little snippets of this as we continue to give our reaction to Jean-Pierre, press secretary to the world's strongest leader, Joe Biden. Let's continue with some highlights.
This is not new. This is from 6 months ago.
Well, it is new because the waiving of the laws actually didn't happen.
But this is something that was out back, that the DHS was put out back in 6 months ago.
They announced the laws 6 months ago?
Well, what I'm saying is DHS announced this back in June that the agency would do so. They actually said that they would do that back in DHS.
Forward with it today, but the initial announcement was 6 months ago by waiving the laws. So that's what's new today. Understood. So
yes.
The statement when
Just
he
want to
says
make sure we're
presently
clear
was
on that.
filed. So when he said there is presently, are you saying when he says there is presently, he was referring to 6 months ago or referring to the date of which it was filed?
What I can tell you is DHS announced this back in June that they were going to move forward with this. That's what I can share with you. That's what I know is to be true and is to be fact. Look, I can speak for the president. The president said
It's to be true. It's to be a fact. Every time Jean-Pierre says, I know that to be true, I know that to be fact, just put in a blanket statement, I know that to be false, I know that to be completely untrue. That's a code word you need to use, all right? It's just opposite day at the White House.
he was asked directly, he doesn't believe a border wall is effective.
Does he have a disagreement with his Department of Homeland Security Secretary?
What I can tell you, what the president, I want to tell you what the president said and what your colleague asked him. He said, no, he doesn't believe that the border wall is effective.
Speaking in direct contradiction to what his own
I know,
Homeland
I hear
Security
you,
Secretary
I hear you.
says.
I'm speaking for the president. I'm saying that he has said that he does not believe a border wall is effective. That's what he was asked. He has said that for some time now, and it still remains to be the case. He asked, right? He asked Congress multiple times. His team has asked Congress to reappropriate the funds. They refused to do that. We're going to comply by law.
Would you ask the president on our behalf then, in the absence of our ability to do that, whether he disagrees with the statement that there is presently an acute and immediate need?
Look at Peter Ducey over here in the corner. He's like going, my man, just let me a high five. Give me some jive there. That's right. Good job there.
To construct
I'm happy to take
barriers.
that back. I'm happy to take that back. Go ahead.
Corinne, again on the wall,
Ooh, that's a bingo.
Mexico's president is saying that the plans to move forward, quote, are contrary to what President Biden had been proposing. Has the president addressed this with Mexico? Have you guys, has he talked
I mean, he
to-
just addressed it in the Oval.
Has he spoken to the Mexican leader?
I hear you, but that was just came out, right? I'm assuming that he just made that statement, correct?
talked to him in
Well,
advance.
you guys just saw him. He was meeting with his national security advisors, right? With
Just answer the damn questions.
the new chairman. So, first of all, you heard directly from the president. He said that he does not think a border wall is effective. So you heard directly from the president on that as the president of Mexico is speaking.
How many times do we have to hear Hayden Joe Biden continue to say, as we said, walls don't work? Because he has to say the complete mantra of the Democratic Party. He has to placate to his left. He does. And in every other instance, just like Peter brought up, and the other gentleman brought up, in every other instance, anytime something has happened with this administration, they go directly to the courts because they go crying to the courts. Oh, Mr. Judge, please, please. We don't like the ruling that they did. Can you please rule in our favor? But for this one here, for the building of the wall, oh, now it's perfectly fine because Joe Biden and his administration say it's okay. But when Trump decides to build a wall, Orange man bad. Get rid of Orange man. He's xenophobic. He's Islamophobic. He's transphobic. He's gayphobic. I mean, come on, folks.
Speaking to, right? So you heard directly from the president. I don't have a call to read out. The president has been busy meeting with his national security team. I don't have a call to reach out. As you know, members of his team here at the White House they went down to Mexico. They did a delegation and went down there and had meetings. I don't have a call to read out from the president. Go ahead, Nancy.
Who spends a fair amount of time in the Oval Office with the president. Did you ever have a troubling encounter with Commander?
No, not at all.
So he never nipped you?
No.
Were you ever wary of being
No.
around him
No, and
because of the biting incidents that you had heard about?
Absolutely not. And I've seen Commander many times. I was never worried, and I've never been bit by Commander.
Have any of the members of your staff?
What I can say, I don't have numbers of exact numbers of any incidents with Commander. I do want to lay out something that my colleague, Elizabeth Alexander, over at the First Lady's office, who's our communications director, and just to be clear here, and we want to, make sure that folks.
She's looking through, folks. She's looking through, trying to get the data on that idiot dog Commander, that stupid little mutt of Joe Biden Hayden. There have been episodes, incidents, let's say, of where he has, bitten staff members probably coming in, sensing that they don't like Joe Biden. So, you know what? He takes care of his master, right? He nips him. And these are stupid questions, though, that is coming from the press, not a policy question. Other people obviously are asking them, but so I figure that, to break the monotony, this person decides to ask a question about whether or not, Commander. Oh, speaking of which, how are those Washington Redskins doing? There is no way in hell that I'm ever going to basically call the Washington Redskins the name of Biden's dog, Commander. No way am I going to ever say that. They're still the Washington Redskins, folks. Washington Redskins, Washington Redskins, Washington Redskins. Stop me from saying it. Let's continue.
Understand, just in case you guys didn't see her statement here, and it goes as follows. The President and the First Lady care deeply about the safety of those who work at the White House and those who protect them every day. They remain grateful for the patience and support of the U.S. Secret Service and all involved as they continue to work through solution. Commander is not presently at the White House, on the White House campus, and while next steps are evaluated. That was a statement that came out from the First Lady's office, and so I will certainly leave it.
While next steps are evaluated, they actually had to come out with the freaking presidential memo missive about Commander the freaking Mutt. He's not here on the premises, but Jill and I are concerned about all the people that work for us and, slave after us and do everything for us because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I'm just a senile, dementiated old fool. But we want to make sure that our people are taken care of. So we've taken care of Commander and, we put him out to, whatever. Don't exactly know where he's at, but he's certainly not here in the White House right now, not nipping around anybody. Nipping around's for me. I'm the one that's got to be touchy-feely with everybody. Don't want him coaching in on my turf.
There, but no, as it relates to me, I was never weary of a Commander. I've seen him many, many times, and so I can only speak for myself, though, and I can't speak to anything else outside of that.
Blah, 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 blah.
I'm surprised. I've been bitten by a dog. If there was a dog that had bitten 11 or 12 other people, I'd be a little nervous around that dog. Why weren't you?
I mean, I'm not sure why this has to do anything with me. I was just not nervous at all. So that is not a concern.
Liar! Your white pants are on fire.
Outside of what you have heard from the First Lady's office, and so I'll just leave it there. All right.
Will you make the dog available for questioning?
Do you want me to bring the dog into the briefing room? That should be fun. That should be fun. Go ahead.
Thanks, Green. If you'll take another question on the wall. You said, quoting the president, that he did not believe that a wall was effective. And you, in your own words, said that it would be a waste. I wonder if you could talk about why a wall is ineffective.
Why?
First of all, he was asked, do you believe, let me get the exact, do you believe, by your colleague Selena here, do you believe the border wall works? He said no, right? He answered that directly. So we believe there are more effective ways of dealing with this, dealing with the border security. And
It is absolutely amazing that they have let this fool, this idiot, continue to be the wordsmith, the go-between between the most powerful, senile, dementiated man in the world and us, the general public. To have her basically be put in the position she's in because of the intersectionality of her being gay and black. Oh, and by the way, stupid and idiotic, moronic, and retarded. SIMR, right? She fits that acronym, that alphabet soup, SIMR, along with the LGBTQIA, MOUSE. That's the only reason she's there, folks. Fumbling, bumbling, stumbling, just like Biden. She's fumbling, bumbling, stumbling through her notes, trying to get to the page. I bet you her notebook is just chock full of just answers that she can basically, regurgitate once she finds them. And she's flipping through the pages and going, oh, let's see, answer. Wall. Oh, there it is. There it is. Joe Biden's health. Oh, there it is. Oh, Commander. Oh, there's a missive. There it is. What does Jill think of her husband? Oh, there it is. Hunter. Oh, there it is. I mean, that's what she's doing, constantly going through notes. Have you ever seen her, unless she's just on the same diatribe over and over again, telling everybody the same thing? And when she goes to her notes, then she just repeats to the next question. Oh, Jean-Pierre, can you tell us, how do you bake a cake? Oh, well, you know what? That's illegal. You can't do that. Oh, you know what? Here's a missive. I mean, come on now. This is just unbelievable. Every question that's asked, it's basically the same answer. We're against this thing in the administration. We're going to take it to the court system. We believe that we were wronged over and over and over and over again. But what else do you expect, folks? Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm been your host, Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel, like, share, and follow us. You know what to do. Hit those buttons up above, those links for other videos down below as well. I'll leave you with my final thought, which has always been, when you're right, you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe. Well, that was special, wasn't it? Isn't it amazing that they actually this is a diversity hire, folks, for the position, the go-between, the most senile, dementiated person, the most senile, dementiated, powerful man in the world, Joe Biden, and the general public. And this is what they came up with as a hire. A gay black woman. And the only reason she's there is the intersectionality of those two marginalized groups, supposedly. And then fitting the LGBTQIA MOUSE alphabet soup. Here's another alphabet soup part of the acronym that she might be part of. It's a very specialized, localized group of people that usually are in Washington, D.C., and on campuses, on mainstream media, academia, Hollywood. It's a great acronym. I coined it. It's called SIMR. SIMR. It's those people that are part of the stupid, idiotic, moronic, retarded crowd. Stupid, idiotic, moronic, retarded crowd. I mean, if we can have ESG and DIE, diversity, inclusion, equity, what is that? But it's just amazing that this is the person that they put forth as the face of the administration. And when she has to answer questions, she goes to her notebook and is probably alphabetized so that she can go, oh, questions on Hunter. H, let me take a look at the H section. Ah, there it is. I'll just read that off. Oh, section on dog, Commander. Oh, what do I do? Do I go to C or do I go to D? How about I give a little synopsis of both? C, D, flip the page. And then once she's got the answer, which isn't really the answer, the next question comes up. Same mantra, same diatribe, over and over and over again. Absolutely incredible. We all know what a dysfunctional, incompetent fool she is. We see it, folks. Some people call it out, others don't. But we do it here. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your host, Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification like bell, check out the links above and below. And I'll leave you with my final thought, which has always been, when you're right, you're right. When you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.